If you are promising your stylist 60% commission, that's $60 of the $100 that is gone. You now have $40.
Welcome to Brand Talk with Rachel and Drew. I'm Drew.
I'm tired.
And Rachel is exhausted, pretty smoked today.
Yeah. You might notice the mess behind me because I'm too tired to clean it up right now. I'll clean it up tomorrow, but been filming all day on set, doing the hairs, and I will actually show you guys a before and after here. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll get to see it. And if you're not watching on YouTube and you're listening, you should go to YouTube and you can see it.
Go check out the YouTube.
Check it out.
Yeah, we're doing more on YouTube. Excited to post a lot more vlogs and
you guys are asking. You guys are asking for that stuff, which is cool. Okay, got it. Listening to you, hearing you. So yeah, we're doing the content. We're creating the content y'all want to see.
Yesterday's vlog was a doozy, so make sure y'all check that out. It's going to be a good one. So just really what we're doing on that vlog is just the real uncut behind the scenes stuff of what it's like to raise 5 kids and build a 9-figure company. You know, that's what's happening. So it's we have a camera guy following us around. I think he was following me around for 13 hours yesterday.
You know what's funny is you've been saying 8-figure on the YouTube, and then last night I'm like, babe, why are you saying 8-figure? We've already done that, you know. And I'm like, it's 9 figures. You're like, oh yeah,
it is.
Okay,
yeah. Well, imposter syndrome there for you in real time.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah. So there was. I remember when we were
because I'm like collectively between all of our companies. Yeah, hello.
For sure. Yeah. So, but then you have it. The funny thing about that is you work your tail off and then you hit this big goal or this crazy number that you thought you never hit. And then there's no, like, when you hit the number, there's no parade. You know, there's no, like, no one tells you. It happens like that. I was like, oh, we did, didn't we?
I know. I was like, why do you keep saying that? Like,
it's very anticlimactic, you know? And then you're like, oh, we did. Been working our face off the last 15 years straight, 7 days a week, you know?
Yeah, sometimes the day is a blur. Like I just like I wake up, I have my nice little morning routine, and then it's just like, and then I'm in my bed again. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed.
That's kind of like a bummer sometimes, though, for me. Like if we're just super busy, like busy, and it flies by.
It's not every day. I mean, yes, we're busy every day, but it's not like we're that busy every day where we're like just everything's a blur. But
and two, as you get older, how time flies faster as you get older is because like for my daughter, she's 14. Like a day, the percentage of her life that a day is like much different than what a percentage of a day of my life now is through the years, you know? So like it's called something. There's some math happening in here and something very interesting there, but it does go faster as you get older because the day is it's a lesser amount of time in your existence.
Well, also too, like on the weekends, like when we don't have our phone, we don't have work to do, you know, or that we're doing, like we're just being parents, we're hanging around the house, like letting the kids swim. I mean, I feel like the days go by so slow, which is really nice. And then like the work days are just like, bam. So holy crap, it's 4 o'clock, you know?
Yeah. How many projects do you have going right now?
Where?
Here.
Where we live?
Just at our house, yeah.
A few. We demoed the really ugly, just non-working outdoor kitchen, so that's gone.
We tried. We tried. We tried to make that work.
Oh yeah, we did.
We had it. We had it upgraded, and you know, it just.
It was a Band-Aid. It was always ugly. So yeah, we basically our outdoor kitchen area, you guys, was like part of the Flintstones. Like it was just like very like dated, very old.
Like large rocks that look like potatoes.
It was weird. And anyway, I just need to go. So yeah, we demoed that. We've got this really awesome outdoor fireplace that's going to get built eventually, probably in like the next month or so, hopefully before it gets really cold. And then we also have the new warehouse that's going in. They're showing up on Monday with all the dump trucks of dirt and stuff. So that's exciting. And then we have we had more trees literally go down today. We had more trees cut. And yeah, the driveway was packed today. Let's just say that.
There's like 10 cars at our house.
I know. I actually asked Brooks. I'm like, Brooks, have you ever come over and there's not like 10 cars outside? And he's like, no, that would be weird. So All right, guys, real quick. If you're a salon owner who's tired of grinding behind the chair with nothing to show for it but a sore back and an inconsistent bank account, you need to BYOB, build your own brand. This is our signature program helping salon owners all across the country launch their own private label hair extension line under your name with your profit margins and your rules.
It's not just about services. It's about creating an actual brand that can sell while you sleep. Our students are launching their own Shopify stores, wholesaling to local stylists, and finally stepping into the CEO seat without having to reinvent the wheel.
We're literally handing you the playbook: branding, fulfillment, marketing, legal, all of it. If you've got the hustle, we've got the system.
Click the link in the description below to book a discovery call with our team. Let's build a business that works for you and not the other way around.
BYOB, because doing hair should be because you want to, not because you have to. What I want to talk about today is, and this is per our client's request, is uncapped commissions. And I really want to break down what that means actually. And I think that there's people in the industry that are using the words as, it's controversial, of course, like it's going to get clicks. It's probably the idea, but I think that is a very dangerous move for a lot of salon owners if their cash flow is not flowing. So, because once you promise somebody a certain commission rate, it is very difficult to go backwards. It is very difficult to change that and retain that person. I mean, think about it. Like if you say yes to a job because they're giving you a certain compensation structure and then they try to like rewind it later, and people always are happy if you're going to give them more, but they're not happy if you're going to take away. And so anyways, I think that is a very dangerous move for people who do not have good profit. I think it's a dangerous move for people who don't have good cash flow. And I want to talk about it. So let's talk about it.
The dangers, I think the little T chart here is, I think people think they'll do that and then that's going to drive profits, and it's going to do the opposite. It's through time. The money part's important, and people need to be paid as correctly as possible for you. However, by offering them unlimited cap rates or carving into your own profit margin further is very, very dangerous for you, your family, and your team.
Yeah, because I want you guys to think about the money, all the money that comes into your business. It's like a pie, okay? It's a pumpkin pie. Come on, we're in October. It's a pumpkin pie, and the largest piece of the pie, which is going to be around half when it's all said and done, regardless of what commission rates you're offering your team. If you're at you're at 30%, you're at 40%, you're at 45, 42, 46, 50, 55, whatever, you're still kissing half your pie goodbye, okay? And then if you're actually classifying your team members as employees, which if you are doing the whole commission thing and your people are actually employees, they're not contractors, and we have employees in our businesses, then you're adding an additional 10 to 13% on top of that commission rate, additionally in employer taxes, okay? And so if you view that, now you're at what, 55 to 70% of the pie, depending on how much you're giving away, but just between commission rates and employer taxes, then you've got anywhere between 30 and 40% left over of the pie. So now you have pretty much one piece of pie left. So how are we going to divvy it up? Then you're going to have rent, okay? And a good rule of thumb, and I've posted about this a lot, is that people are not supposed to spend more than probably 10 to 12% on their rent.
This is why.
Yes, because now, guess what? We took that one piece of pie and it's now a sliver of pie. Okay? I'm making you guys hungry. So, sliver of pie. And then we've got toilet paper, and we've got coffee pods, and we've got color, and we have Spotify and internet and Boulevard and Basecamp or ClickUp or whatever your project management system is. And, we've got savings, and let's not forget taxes. We have all of these things. And do you offer your team maternity leave? Do you offer paid time off? Do you offer healthcare? Like, I don't know, unless somebody out there has a different an oblong pie that an ability to turn $100 into $150 by just waving a magic wand and not actually doing anything different, That does not work. Your business, the safest setup for your business and for budgeting is a percentage-based budget. A percentage-based budget. And for you to have a commission, you can have tiered commission all day long based off performance. So I don't know if maybe these like people that are talking about uncapped commission rates are talking about like it's just like this little carrot to get clicks or views or whatever, and listens, and then they're just it's actually not what they're making it seem. But a percentage-based budget is hands down the safest budget for a salon. And that's where you are allocating, let's say 5 to 7% of your budget, of your incoming revenue is allocated to color and back bar. Then you're going to have your overhead, your bare minimums, right, that we talk about, which is like all the things that have to happen for you to open the door. Lights, water, gas, internet, your softwares, your hourly people, like all that stuff. And then
toilet paper.
I mean, gosh, guys. It's 2025. Toilet paper ain't cheap. Good toilet paper is not cheap. And if you wrap it, yeah. If you wrap it in pink tissue paper like we do, then that's another expense. So you just have to be really mindful of that. And I don't think that with any business advice whatsoever, I don't think it's smart to just listen to a podcast and then go carelessly make a bunch of changes in your business the next day or that same day. I think that you need to listen and learn and reflect and implement the pieces of what you're learning into your business if the timing is right. Instead of just going balls to the wall, I'm going to do all of this all today, all tomorrow.
And if the math.
That's how you have a walkout right there, is you changing too many things too fast. Mm-hmm. If things need to change, you got to prioritize the change. You have to figure out, okay, what are the changes that are going to yield the biggest difference in my business? What are the things that really need to change, but it's not like crucial to like deploy these things right now? And then what are the things that, if I make this change, is it going to solve, if it's going to solve 75% of the problems I'm having or 100% of the problems I'm having, like, yeah, I need to prioritize it. So anyway, I just think you got people out there coaching who don't own salons, who aren't in salons, who don't like have a pulse on like what's really going on, giving very, very dangerous advice about something that like, and strongly like matter of fact ultimatum, like this is what you're supposed to do and this is how you should do it. And if you don't do it, you're not going to be a successful salon. I think that's bullshit.
It's always bullshit. It's anytime someone does that to you, or if you see that type of comment that Rachel just give an example of, it's going to be, I don't even want to say wrong, but it's not going to be created by people who have built savvy companies that are cash flowing, or they're trying to strategize or shortcut, what it really is going to take to build a successful business that operates the way that you want it to.
Because not everybody wants to do that. Like not everybody wants to do that. And if you've got somebody that, let's say they've got good cash flow, they've got good profit, they have a great team, their team is happy, they've been there for years and years and years,
steady,
and nothing's broke, like everything is just coasting, everything's doing good, things are moving, things are flowing, they've got steady growth, like don't fuck with it.
It's a great
Leave
spot.
it alone. Leave it alone.
And whatever you do that you're going to implement to grow it, like do it in a vertical sense to where it is aligned in the path of what has made you be successful.
Salon owners, this is your moment. SalonCon 2026 is happening in Miami, January 24th through the 27th. This is the ultimate event to bring your A players. Leave all your B's and C's at home. Not only will they get it certified in a brand new extension method, they'll also learn the sales and marketing strategies that actually grow revenue and keep your clients coming back for more. This is a 3-day event of high-level education, luxury networking, and powerhouse speakers, all designed to future-proof your business. Bring your team, elevate your business. Join us at SalonCon Miami, where millions are made. Get your tickets in the description below. Now back to the episode.
I'll share something that we're thinking about doing.
Right now. What
is no?
Has it been announced? Because
no. This is just. I had a meeting earlier, so
okay.
I'm always talking to people. I'm always learning. I'm not but by no means a know-it-all. I know some stuff, but I know that I don't know. There's a lot that I need to learn. So I'm always entertaining, potentially working with people and collaborating with people, and we do a lot of events and talking to some folks. Maybe there's an event guru out there that can help us expand things or do things, and had a fantastic conversation with them. And there's a lot of great things there, but it's like, man, do you really need to enhance your risk at that velocity to accomplish the goal?
No,
maybe not.
I read the notes of the meeting. I was like, no,
maybe not. Maybe you don't need to do that either. But if you if you know it, but at the same time in your gut, if something's not to the caliber that you need it to be, or you need to make a change in something. I'm going to speak about what we know. Like maybe you're doing extensions and you want to up the quality of your product, and you need to do that. That's very clear and very easy to understand, right?
That's a really safe change to make because it's guaranteed to yield a positive result.
Why?
Because you're increasing the quality of something, and the quality is what retains the client. The quality is what retains the team. And if you don't have good quality, whatever it is, if it's not a good quality color line, a good quality retail line, you're going to be dealing with client retention issues, which is a very expensive problem to have. Yeah,
and I'm going to ask you some questions, but we'll do this live because her answers will be very clear. They'll be very real. They're not going to be ambiguous. So
I have no idea what he's about to ask me.
Why would the quality of the hair extensions retain the team?
The quality of the hair extensions sorry, I've talked all day.
Why would the quality?
I know I heard you. I just didn't say what I wanted to say. The quality of the hair extensions retaining the team is important because if your team, let's say you have a non-compete in your business where it's like, hey, these are the brands that we carry. We don't allow outside products in, like you're going to use what we sell kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. Which I am a huge fan of because otherwise, why the hell are you even in a salon? Like, go be in a studio if you want to sell your own stuff. So if you have great quality products and the client's happy, the team's happy, there's no issues, it's not creating a lot of time for a stylist to have to go in and fix something or retone something or whatever, that's going to create a lot more like ease in the stylist's day. And you're going to be able to have a stylist that can actually perform without having quality issues. Because if you have a stylist who's a hustler and she's trying to grow and she's like super booked, and let's say she's 80-90% booked, and then she's got this product that just keeps pulling her back, and you're unwilling to make a change to give her a better product to fix as a solution to fix her problem, she's going to go do something else. She's going to go work somewhere else. Mm-hmm. Because if you have not allowed her to use a different product, but you're not allowing her to use a different product, but you're refusing to give her a good product to use, she has no other place to go than gone, like somewhere else.
And if the team is dialed and she has a high quality product and she feels confident behind it, how is that going to help the salon owner make more net profit?
She's going to be doing more services, more extensions, more colors, more selling more product, because she knows that like, hey, not only does this work for me as a stylist, it's easy to work with. I can get my work done in a fraction of the time, but I use it too. I love it too. And if your own team is not drinking the Kool-Aid, if you will, and using the same stuff on their own hair, then their buy-in is going to be very, very low.
Yeah. So
are you asking me third time?
Yeah, we're going. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Check this out. So those responses were, we could keep going and going and going.
Okay. But as long as it's a different question.
How would a salon be more profitable by having an unlimited commission rate?
A salon is not going to be more profitable by having an unlimited commission rate. I think the goal, I would hope, is to really say, hey, by working here, like the sky's the limit. Like you can earn above and beyond this commission percentage. You can earn above and beyond, let's say $6,000 a month. You could earn $20,000 a month. You could earn $30,000 a month or whatever. Like, I think that's the goal. And I would hope that that's like the thing behind the uncapped commission, like category of conversation. But when you really get down to it, it's like, what is it really? And I think that what it sounds like is not what it actually is. And I think it's important for you to have career paths for your team. We have career paths we have for probably the last 7 years. It's very important to have career paths because what that allows that stylist to see is, hey, I could be a $40K a year stylist. I could be an $80K a year stylist. I could be a $200K a year stylist. I could go on and open additional locations of this brand if I surpass those career path goals. And this owner is willing to invest in me to do that. I think that is great, because as this person is growing in your company, this person is going to be more and more and more connected and they're just more loyal to the company, because their growth path is never ending. They can, between paid time off and maternity leave and healthcare opportunities and education bonuses by becoming educators inside the salon, even slinging the hair extension brand that the business owner has created. There's all these other ways to make make money in the business. And I think an uncapped commission model is not the path. I think that all that does is makes the salon owner's piece of the pie that much smaller than it already is. And what really should be discussed is allowing stylists to have multiple income streams inside of that business if they desire to. And that I'm a fan of. And that I think is a safe option for all salon owners. It is not and that is a one size fits all opportunity right there.
It's real. The point I was trying to making by asking these separate questions, they were not the same questions.
I'm just tired. That sounded like the same.
So when I asked her how some of the questions, like how would enhancing the quality of the hair extensions make more profit? How would the profit help the client stay and the stylist stay around longer? And how does that impact the salon in itself? And she went through all those answers, which is great. But what I want you guys to think about is what she was saying had it tracked, like it was pragmatic in what she was explaining and describing, where uncapped commission. This is actually I haven't heard this until recently.
I got a phone call.
It's like a new
morning.
thing.
It's not a new thing. It's a hey, no one's watching my shit, and I'm gonna say something extreme to get some content. Yeah.
So, but you can't sustain it. It's one of those things where it just doesn't work, and you can't. If someone were to argue for that, you wouldn't be able to lay it out in a pragmatic sense, meaning a step-by-step process on how this is going to be helpful for the business owner and the business in and of itself.
And for the love of Pete, if everybody can just stop giving advice about salon ownership if you don't own a salon, just put a cork in it. I'm sick and tired of hearing about it.
It's a lot of that.
If you haven't done the thing and you haven't been successful at the thing, then sit down, shut up, and let somebody else teach it.
Yeah.
Period.
And listening to advice from other people who haven't done the thing that you're trying to do is like a similar bucket.
I'm going to use an example. We've had Angel here all day long doing tree removal, okay? And he's asking us a bunch of questions about the trees. Do we want to have this removed? Do we want to do it this way? Do you want to do it that way? And I'm like, and then you were like, Angel, we don't do this for a living. We have no idea. Like, go, you decide. Like, you're the expert. You decide. You tell us how we should do it, how, when we should do it, how many, like, you tell us. It's the same concept in business. It's the same concept in the gym, in a legal proceeding, at the doctor's office, at the dentist office. Like, I'm not going to go into a dentist office and tell them how to clean my teeth. I don't think it's smart for someone who owns a business to teach other people how to grow and scale and do whatever, if they don't own a business. That doesn't make any sense to me.
And you see, and you have to be careful for this, because there are people who have made a lot of, and this still kind of works for them, but it's just something to notate as you're consuming content or looking for mentors. You have people that have made a lot of money teaching people how to do the thing, but they didn't make the money from doing the thing. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean,
and there's a lot of that.
There is, for sure. And I think if the whole uncapped commission idea, if you are wanting to offer your stylists more income, I love that. If you're wanting to, offer them more opportunity so that you can gain more loyalty from them and gain longevity out of them, then yes, let's do that. But let's do it in a way that works for both and not one that just works for the talent, because that also is setting very unrealistic expectations and standards of what they could expect out of another business too, if they were to go work somewhere else. And not everyone's going to be with everyone forever. Like, that's a fact. So if we all agree and know this, cool. But I don't think that I think it's very dangerous and very careless to set your compensation model up in a, you can earn up to 100% commission. I mean,
I'll pay you to
girl, because here's the thing, all the overhead, like the percentages of rent today could go up. The percentages of rent,
well, they always do.
Yes, of course. They never go down. But the cost of color is going to go up. The cost of back bar is going to go up. The cost of everything's going to go up. And the amount of, you're sharing a percentage of top line revenue with the talent. Let me say it one more time. You are sharing a percentage of top line revenue with the talent. So for every $100 that gets made, it's going to break down $100 for you guys. For every $100 that gets made, if you are promising your stylist 60% commission, okay, that's $60 of the $100 that is gone. You now have $40. If your rent is 10% of your overall revenue for the month, all right, that means that now out of that $40 you have left over, you have $30 left to pay everything else with. And if your color is 10% or more, which I see very regularly, most people are spending between 15 and 20% of every single service on color because there's so much waste, which is why we love Vish. But you are then kissing $15 to $20 of that, then $30 away. So what do you have left? $10, $15. What are you going to do with that? You're going to buy toilet paper. That's what you're going to do with that. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't make any sense. So you can't, if there's more money that's coming in, then yes, we have more money to share. If stylists are increasing their average ticket and they're selling retail and they're retaining clients, we haven't even gotten into marketing and ad spend, if that's even something business owners are doing. I don't know how they could afford to do it if they are kissing 60% or more away in service revenue. That makes no sense. Okay. And also, just to give you guys a few items of that you could immediately increase your profit by 10% even on an annual basis, which is huge for everyone. I mean, that's a massive amount. Just alone 3 to 4% by becoming your own merchant. We'll link something below for you guys. We're our own merchant. So we do not eat credit card fees every single year like most people. We actually earn that back. But that is immediately how you can increase your profits by 3%. And then, of course, if you're using a color tracking software like Vish, which we use, I'll also link that, you then have an ability to charge the client for the color. That's the only way I could see being able to promise large commission cuts like that is if you're passing the product cost on to the consumer to avoid having to pay that maybe 10% or so. But I don't see it making sense.
I still don't see how that would grow. I see how you can maybe make it work.
It doesn't grow.
But I don't see that in being a scalable.
The salon owner doesn't grow.
No, she does more hair.
She
works behind the chair more to make up for it.
She still has the same sliver of pie, but the other person still gets to earn more. Because at the end of the day, the salon owner is the one that's holding the bag for everything. That's the person that's responsible for the rent. They're responsible for all the bills, everything, whether that talent shows up for work that day or not, or they quit or they don't come in because they're hungover. It doesn't matter. They have to pay their bills. Just like whether we work or not, we still have to pay our mortgage. It's the same thing. So, with that being said, if you are promising somebody uncapped commission, you can earn up to 80%. Or whatever, that is just absolutely insane, and I don't think that will ever work. So what I will say that does work, and we do this inside of our businesses and in literally close to 1,000 business owners across the country that we've helped. What does work is career paths. What does work is when they do more, they can earn more. Meaning if this person, we have several educators inside of our salon. If they lead an educational segment, in one of our education days that we do monthly and quarterly, they can earn X amount of dollars for leading that session. And that is based on deliverables. So they teach for 90 minutes. That 90 minutes is worth XYZ. They go on site to go do, bridal work, wedding work, an event or whatever. They are always being compensated for their time. There is no risk on their side. On the business owner's side, there's always risk. And, the more pieces of your pie that you give away, the business owner always ends up with the smallest piece of the pie. Always. So if you're a commission stylist or a renter listening to this and you think otherwise, I will literally go head to head with you on that one. Like, I will prove you wrong, because the business owner will never, ever yield the bigger end of the stick, period. And I think that people want more without doing more. And these salon owners who have had a hard time retaining their team are desperate. Some of them, they're desperate and they're seeking something that they can offer someone else to keep them around. And what's it worth for you to just keep people around when your profit is just becoming smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller? Like, it's just like, you deserve to make money for being an owner, and you deserve to not have to be behind the chair if you don't want to be behind the chair anymore. That business needs to be able to work with or without the owner behind the chair.
Yeah.
Super passionate about that.
For sure. I mean, that's dead on.
Yeah. I want to hear what you guys think about this. Like, if you're listening to this and you have other thoughts, like, please DM me. I would love to hear them. And I'm not looking to argue with anybody, that's for sure. But I do think it's an interesting conversation to have about this idea of uncapped commission. And I think that there's another way that actually works for both sides. Because what happens is if it only works for the stylist and it doesn't work for the owner, it's putting the business in a really compromising position, and that business could very well go under.
Yeah, the economics don't work.
It does not work.
No. A salon is a little economy, and if you look at the greater economy, it's there's income that's released into the marketplace, and then business owners will take risks, and they'll draw a loan or they'll sign a lease, and then they hire people, and then there's transactions happening inside the salon, and it does its thing. But if the transactions that are making up the business in and of itself doesn't feed the economic machine of that salon, and it's off balance, it's just not gonna math out.
I could literally get a sleeping bag and like sit here and talk all night about this, but it's so important that you follow a percentage-based budget, and it's so important that you have career paths. Don't sit here and be in an interview with a new hire and you're like, yeah, we start at 60% commission. Like, I don't know where you're going to go from there. I really don't. I have no idea.
Out of business.
Out of business.
That's where you're going to go.
Yep. It's going to be an estate sale. So it's not a good situation. If you guys want to sound off about it, we'll obviously, I'm sure our comments are going to be, I don't know what clips we pull from this episode, but I'm sure if it's something controversial, someone's going to, try to be all huffy and puffy in the chat. But genuinely, like, what do you guys think about this uncapped commission idea? And do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you think it's smart? Do you think it's unsafe? Let us know. And we will link a few resources below for you guys. If you are wanting to increase profit, easy couple quick levers to pull, like I said, is going to be becoming your own merchant, getting a color tracking system like Vish, having a really great software like Boulevard where you can increase, do upsells along the booking path instead of just relying on your team to ask behind the chair.
Yeah,
and then
I like their email. I do like their email stuff that they got in there.
It's great. Yeah.
You can really track through a simple process on how many communications you send out and what that yields.
It literally
profit.
tells you how much money you made from that email. Yes, It's so smart. So we'll link those below for you guys. And then lastly, we do have a hiring resource that's brand new that we just released. That's going to have all of our job descriptions. Our onboarding packet is actually in there as a bonus, as well as a video walkthrough from me on it. You're going to have all of our career paths that we talked about and specific numbers that tie back to the different income levels that you can offer inside your salon, as well as if your stylist is wanting to work 3 days a week, 4 days a week, 5 days a week, etc. All of that's laid out for you. We'll link it below. It's only 35 buckaroos, guys, just for the next few days. So if that's something that you want and you're struggling with hiring, please explore the idea of career paths before you guys take this very risky business idea that is kind of trending right now. But like all trends, guys, like they pass. So anywho, we'll get y'all's feedback and decide if we want to do a follow episode or not. But any last words, Drew Thomas?
No, good. You handled that one. That was good.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys for listening and for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.
See ya.